Hello friends, now we are starting with the bacterial stains. The stains which are used for the purpose of give the color to the bacterial cells. Now before discussing about what are the stains, we are firstly discussing what is the purpose of staining procedure. Now for that purpose, majorly we know that the bacterial cells or the background on which we are observing the bacterial cells under the microscope both are colorless, that means these are transparent in nature, so it is very hard to observe clearly the shape and size of the bacterial cells. So for the purpose of to clearly observe the object or the bacterial cells under the microscope, it is important to create a contrast between the bacterial cell and the background on which we are observing the bacterial cell. For that purpose, it is important to give the color to either the bacterial cell or to the background, and this phenomena it is done by the activity of staining procedure. Means the staining, it is the procedure by means of which either we can give the color to the background or we are giving the color to the bacterial cells, with the help of which we can easily observe the shape and size of the bacterial cells. Again, these are also responsible for showing the various internal and external structures that are present within the bacterial cells. Again, it is responsible for producing the specific physical and chemical reactions. Now, a stain may be defined as an organic compound which contains the benzene ring plus a chromophore and the oxochrome group. Whenever there is the combination of benzene ring with the chromophore group, then it is called as an chromogen, which is an colored compound, but it is not considered as a stain. Whenever this chromogen it combines with the oxochrome group, that is the chemical group which conveys the property of ionization to the chromogen, then it becomes a stain. Now, a dye may be defined as an organic compound. Here again we can say that a stain, it is an organic compound which contains both the chromophore and oxochrome group which linked to a benzene ring. Means here we can say that to become a stain, there is the presence of both chromophore and oxochrome group, it is important. Now the chromophore group, it is responsible for imparting the coloring property, and the oxochrome group, it provides a property of electrolytic dissociation, that is the small salt forming ability to the compound. Now we are discussing about the chemical structure of the stains. Now majorly, as we are discussed earlier, within the stain there is the compulsory presence of a benzene ring, which is a constant structure or the chemical structure of the stain. It is there is the presence of the benzene ring, then a chromophore group. Now the chromophore, chromo it means color and the phore means to bear a color, means this chemical group which is present within the stain, it is responsible for providing the coloring property to the stain. And the benzene plus chromophore group, it is called as the chromogen. The chromogen, it is an colored compound only, means it is not having the property of electrolytic dissociation due to the absence of the oxochrome group. Now the oxochrome group, the chromogen, allows the dye to dissociate. Now, in order that a compound be a dye, it must be contain at least one chromophore group. Means for any colored compound or for any organic compound to become a dye, it is important to contain at least one of the chromophore group which is responsible for giving a coloring property. Now the sum of the chromophore groups, these are basic in nature and some are acidic in nature. Now the basic chromophore includes the azo group, means there are the three different types of the chromophore group. The first one, it is the azo group, that is a double bond in between the nitrogen. The example of the stain which contains such type of the azo group containing chromophore group, it is the methyl orange. The second type of the chromophore group which contain the azine group, means the azine group, it is responsible for imparting the coloring property. The example of the stain, it is the neutral red and the safranin. And the third one, it is the indamine group. Now such type of the stain, it is an methylene blue, means the chromophore group which provides the coloring property, it is an indamine group. And the stain which contains such type of the indamine group, the example of the stain, it is the methylene blue. Now the chromogens, as we are discussed earlier, The chromogens, these are nothing but the compounds of the benzene containing the chromophore radicals. These are called as an chromogens. Now such a compound, even though these are colored, but these are not considered as a dye as there is the absence of oxochrome group. It possesses no affinity for or ability to unite with the fibers and tissues. Means within this condition, no doubt there is the presence of the chromophore group, but they cannot having any type of they are not having any type of the affinity for the fibers or tissues, so they are not used for the coloring purposes to color the biological stains, the biological preparations. Okay, now the color may be easily removed by the mechanical method. Means by using any type of the mechanical method we can easily remove the color. The nitro group may be considered as chromophore when the 3 hydrogen atoms in the benzene molecules are replaced by the 3 nitro group. The compound, it is the trinitrobenzene, it is get formed. Means it is an colored compound. The trinitrobenzene, it is an colored compound. Now the another important term which is related with these stains, it is an leuco compounds. As we say that the chromophore group, it is responsible for imparting the coloring property. A reduction of the chromophore group, a reduction of a chromophore group within the stain, it result in a loss of color. It result within a loss of color, and such type of the decolorized dyes, within which there is the reduction of chromophore group, these are called as the leuco compounds. These are called as the leuco compounds. Now the dyes may be used as an indicators of oxidation and reduction. The chromophores are easily reduced by combining with the hydrogen at the double bonds. They may convert it into the leuco compounds whenever there is the reduction of this chromophore group within the dyes. Now we are switch over to the types of the stains. Now chemically, a stain can be defined as an organic compound containing the aromatic compound, that is the benzene ring, chromophore group and the oxochrome group. Now on the basis of the nature of the stain they are classified, or on the basis of the nature of the chromophore group, these stains can be classified into the 3 groups. Now the first one, it is the acidic dyes. Now these acidic dyes, these are the dyes or these are the stains which ionizes to give the anionic chromogen, or which ionized to give a negatively charged chromophore group, and has a strong affinity towards the positively charged constituents of the cell. Have the affinity for positively charged constituent of the cell. These are called as the acidic dyes. Means the acidic dyes, these are nothing but which are containing the negatively charged chromophore group. Acidic dyes, these are the dyes which are containing the negatively charged chromophore group, or these are also called as the anionic dyes or anionic stains. Anionic dyes or anionic stains, as these are having the, or these are responsible for forming the negatively charged chromophore groups. The example of such acidic dyes, it is the eosin, picric acid, India ink, nigrosin. All of these are the acidic dyes. These are the acidic dyes. Either these dyes, these are used for the staining of the positively charged components which are present within the cell, or they may be used for the purpose of staining of the background on which we are observing the bacterial cells. Now the second one, it is the basic dyes, or these are also called as the cationic dyes. Now these are the dyes on ionization which are responsible for giving the cationic chromogen or the positively charged chromophore group, and therefore these are having the high affinity towards the negatively charged constituents of the cell. And these are also called as the basic dyes. Now the example of such a dyes, these are the crystal violet, methylene blue, and preferentially these basic dyes, these are utilized for the purpose of staining of the bacterial cell, because on the cell wall of the bacterial cell there is the presence of a negative charge. There is presence of a slightly negative charge, and due to that these Positively charged dyes, that is the basic dyes, these are having the affinity towards the cell wall of the bacterial cell, and for that purpose we can use these basic dyes for the purpose of staining of the bacterial cells. Now the neutral dyes. Now the neutral dyes, these are the dyes which are formed by the suitable mixing of two types of the dyes. That means these are containing both cationic and anionic chromophore groups. These are having both cationic and anionic chromophore groups, and they are produced the precipitate with the cellular components. They are responsible for producing a precipitate with the cellular components. These are used to stain the nucleic acid and the cytoplasm. Nucleic acid and cytoplasm. The example, it is the eosinate of the methylene blue or the Sudan 4th. These are the example of the neutral dyes. So these are the three main types of the stains on the basis of the type of the chromophore group which are present within the stain. So if you like this video, please subscribe my channel and also share this video with your friends. Thank you.